Yo, everybody, welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. Murder Church on a Tuesday night, per the usual. Get your seats. Yeah, give it a like, give it a share on all the socials, on any Discord you may be involved in. I'd appreciate it. Spread the word, the good word of the church. We are probably, I think we're going to finish Charlie on cross-examination tonight. Yeah, and then we got the book club, so let's rock.
Let's rock.
Boom. What's up, everybody? We live and in living color. That's what we are. Appreciate everyone for coming in here. And we're going to keep on rocking with Charlie Adelson. We don't have much longer left. Oh, I feel like my color's slightly weird. Fucking with my color, my saturation. There we go. That's a little, I guess that's all right. Yeah, we're almost done with this thing. I need to look at the playlist to see exactly how many parts are left, because I feel like we don't have that many left to go. So, I mean, it's going to be weird getting through a trial a lot quicker than Phil Spector. It's going to be weird. But welcome in, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Tonight we got book club. Book club is going to be happening per scheduled. We're going to be going over chapters 44 and 45 of The Stranger Beside Me. Ted Bundy book we're reading, and then next week should wrap us up. We're going to listen to the last hour of chapters 46 through 50 together next week, and we'll wrap it up completely, and then we'll choose another book. We'll see what's going on. Who we got in here? Who's copping through? Wildside in the house. Holly Berry popping in on Tuesday night. That's what I'm talking about. Hines in the house. What's up? Yeah, Jersey Chin coming through. Love to see it. Thanks, everybody. Bassett Page in here. And Daria, yes, there will be a book club, as you can see there on the screen. There will be a book club tonight, so you are in luck. And then again, we're going to be choosing a new book very soon. So, no, it won't. Nothing will ever top what we had with Phil Spector, my God. The worst trial. I mean, it was fun. Like, it was just so long. Like, it just beats the shit out of you, is basically what happened. So, but I mean, I've seen people go all the way through that thing. So, hopefully it was halfway entertaining, even though I get a lot more negative comments than positive comments. But then, yeah, we got some exciting stuff this week. I got Dandy Savage coming on for Feral Friday, so that's already going to be a cool Halloween party. So we're good there. And then Thursday, we're going to do a reaction stream. So a few things coming your way this week. But without further ado, let's fucking wrap this shit right here up with Charlie. Even though it's been pretty entertaining with Georgia.
Something about Dad's birthday. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I know we were trying to plan a surprise cruise. That was the original idea.
So we're out on a
And the
wheel.
paella is mentioned elsewhere, not in this particular thread that we're talking about now.
Yeah,
Was paella the big birthday gift?
Yeah, I paid for the catering for the whole party.
Then 3 months later, on June 8th, just after midnight, you text her, quote, still working on Dad's
Just
birthday.
to let you folks know, we are 4 in on a wheel currently.
Was that in reference to the paella guy?
Possibly what I was also getting was a present. I mean, it's been 10 years, so I don't know exactly what I got him 10 years ago on his birthday.
And then at
what I was
1
thinking about.
a.m. I'm sorry, you weren't done.
No, or what I was thinking about getting him.
And then at 1 a.m., Mom texts you back, I know you'll, and I think she was in Israel, so that might account for the time, but she texts you, quote, I know you'll come through for me. Is that what she said?
That's what the text said, yeah.
Can we agree the timing of these texts is consistent with being sent the day after the killers got home from their failed June murder trip?
Brooklyn.
No, it's consistent with a few weeks before my dad's birthday and trying to figure out what we're going to get him.
Why didn't you go to Dan's funeral?
In Canada?
I think there were some in Tallahassee and in Canada as well.
I know there was a
Did you go to
memorial.
either?
Hell yeah.
There was a memorial
That's what I like to hear during AJ's. Who's AJ? I know Justice Served TV. That's pretty sweet.
service
Oh, the Alan Jackson one? Here we go.
here.
Shit.
I
Did you
didn't.
go to that?
No, I didn't attend.
Oh, I got
I knew
you.
what had
That makes
happened to
sense.
him.
Yeah,
There was no way I could have shown up.
Linda.
I would have been too upset.
Mr. Dubin, your lawyer that was here,
That's pretty sweet.
seems like a long time ago at jury selection, said, people have different ways of grieving and that sort of thing. Were you grieving for the
Confirmed. Working with Alan Jackson. Spread the rumors. Let's
death of
go.
Dan Markel?
I felt horrible about what happened, and I knew it happened.
When
And
did you?
There we
I
go.
wasn't,
Jersey
I wasn't close to him. But either way,
Thank you so much,
I
Jan.
felt
Appreciate
horrible
that.
about what
Hope
happened.
you're doing good tonight.
When did you find out exactly how he was killed?
Thank you.
Meaning, like, shot twice in the head.
I found out.
I'll check that out. See if I can find that part.
It would have been the next morning is how I found out he got shot in the head.
Do you agree that this was a first-degree murder?
Do I agree?
Planned, premeditated?
The people who killed him planned on killing him, yeah.
Do you think everyone involved should be convicted?
I think everyone involved should be convicted.
Even the person that hired the hit?
I think anybody who played a role in it, but I wasn't a part of it.
Do you regret that Dan Markel suffered for 14 hours before he died?
I feel horrible.
He was supposed to die quickly, instantly, right?
Are you asking me?
I am.
No, he wasn't supposed to die at all. This was horrible what happened.
Did it surprise you that the cops were able to identify the Prius?
Did it surprise me?
Yes.
I'm not a cop. I don't know how cops investigate.
Did it surprise you to learn that it's not a requirement of law to put the person at the scene of the crime to be guilty of the crime?
I'm learning that today. Remember, he'll cocky. I got a hair or something happening here. It's like in my beard. I can feel it. It's weird. Remember how cocky he was in the restaurant, though? Like, explaining in detail to Katie. He's like, I hope it is the cops. Because, they can't really do anything if...
I'm not a police
Yada,
detective.
yada, yada, yada.
Was the police work in this case thorough?
I'm sure the police did the best they could.
Did you think that you had done everything properly such that you could never be detected or caught for this?
Dude, she's just hitting him right
I wasn't
now,
part
bro.
of his murder at
She's
all.
just hitting him.
You have it
You don't
wrong.
even know what to
Catherine
say.
McDaniel has said that you think you're untouchable. Is that true, Doctor?
That's not true at all.
This is getting hot.
Did your parents drop off money to you on the night of the murder?
I never saw my parents there. You could look at our cell phones and you'll find that out, that we never saw each other.
I did look at the cell phones, and what is on there is your mom texts you, quote, outside your house. And
No, I mean,
think,
What is on there is
totality
the
of
opposite of what you're
I think you
saying.
testified that meant she was just passing by on the roadway.
She was approaching the area, yeah, to see if I was home.
All right, and do you know what your response was to her text?
Yeah, like 20 or 30 minutes later, I said 10 minutes.
I'm 10 minutes out, is what you
I
said.
think I said 10 minutes, but yeah, I'm not home.
Doesn't that indicate you're going to meet them at your house in 10 minutes?
No, I told her to let me know when you're going to be in the area.
Was the money that Catherine McDaniel got damp?
I never
How was
gave
it
her
wet,
that was bad.
Charles?
The money I gave her came out of my safe.
Was it damp?
No, I
Something
took it out of my
welcome
safe.
in.
I put it on the dresser. She put it in her purse.
But he likes to be touched now.
Why did Garcia and Rivera, or whoever did it, I guess I should say, why did whoever did it need to kill someone to extort you?
You gotta.
I love the way
ask
she's
them.
asking the question.
Why couldn't they just come put a gun to your head and say, give me all the money in your safe?
Thank God they didn't.
Thank God they didn't.
Thank God they didn't. I would have gotten killed.
If Garcia hated you, why would he drive to Tallahassee twice to kill someone you hated?
It sounds like he was part of the extortion, or Katie put him up to it.
Doesn't blackmail or extortion usually involve the extortionist having some kind of dirt on the victim?
I know how this was done to me. I know what. I'm just telling you what happened to me. I'm not an expert in it.
If they had come in and threatened to kill you, would you have given them the money in your safe?
If someone came and put a gun to my head, and yeah, I would have opened up my safe and I would give them the money.
I still don't get how killing
in the
Dan
door.
Markel advances the ball for them to extort money out of you. Do you?
Yeah, I have a theory. They could extort me for life, and I don't think.
Yikes. I need to start using yikes in my regular I use old shit a lot. Oh shit. Oh shit.
They knew exactly how much
Oh,
I had
shit
in the
in hell
safe.
yeah.
And she knew I had a lot of money in the safe.
Very
But this
simple,
way
yeah.
I could get extorted for life, and that's what happened. And I was stuck paying $3,000 a month.
But you could have gotten extorted for life just by the threat of death by Latin King, couldn't you, Doctor?
I mean, this was as real of a threat as you get. I mean, these guys aren't messing around.
All right, you didn't report this after Garcia was arrested, did you?
Brandy Churchwell sort of looks like one of the... Man, you know what? So like Joel from Surviving the Survivors right here, and I could bring him into the frame, but I'm not. But I wish you had Brandy here and you had Joel here. You'd have a good angel and bad angel. That'd be hilarious for Georgia. But anyways, Brandy's still an angel. Look at this.
Did not report this after Garcia's arrest.
No, not at all.
Okay, you did keep paying Catherine Magbanua after Garcia's arrest?
No, I never saw her again.
Did not report this after Magbanua's arrest, correct?
Correct.
Did not testify in either of their trials, correct?
Was never contacted to, but yes.
You were okay with the possibility of them getting away with killing Dan Markel.
I thought the truth was going to come out in 2019.
How? If the witness who knows something doesn't come forward?
Katie knows what happens and knows I was extorted, and her trial was in 19, and I was expecting the truth to come out then. And instead, I found out that she was having this affair with him on me, and she lied, and all this money was going to her.
So if her defense had been, I was an innocent conduit to an extortion, you would have backed her up on that?
If she would have come in and told the truth, and yeah, for sure, you would have heard the same story.
Where is your family located now? You don't have to be specific, but is your mom and dad, are they still in South Florida?
They still live in South Florida.
Okay, what about Wendy and the boys?
My parents live about 35 minutes from my sister, and I used to live about 45 minutes from them.
And are they okay, as far as you know, physically, today, as we sit here?
Yes.
And are you concerned that because you've told now on the Latin Kings that they're going to come kill your whole family?
I mean, I just told you that I knew that, was told then that Luis Rivera, the head of the Latin Kings, killed Dan Markel. So, I mean, I do have some concern when I get out.
Right, but
for them
even
coming
after
me.
Sorry, go ahead.
That's okay. I said I do have some concern with Latin Kings now that I've spoke and told what I know.
But what about, I mean, Rivera was already in custody at one point, as well as Garcia and Magbanua. My understanding is your continued fear was due to other Latin Kings, potentially. Is that accurate?
These are highly connected people. Luis Rivera, the head of the Latin Kings, in custody means absolutely nothing. If you think he can't send somebody from the outside, you're wrong.
All right. So my question to you is, did that happen? Because you told yesterday.
Was I killed yesterday when I was in jail? No.
And nobody in your family has been killed so far.
You're talking about in the last 24 hours?
Right.
Not that I know.
Okay. But you're worried about that.
I think now that I've spoken, I do have a concern, yes.
Okay. But not too concerned to remain silent when it's your own butt on the line, right?
I'm here to tell the truth. And yes, do I have a concern now that I told you what happened? Absolutely.
Mom tells you on that first wire call that the bump involves the two of us, referring to yourself and your mom, right?
Yes, that's what she said.
And would you agree, prior to your explanation, that looks pretty incriminating?
I think if you don't know what happened, you can assume the worst.
Isn't it true that you had to add the bit about confiding your extortion in your mom in order to put that toothpaste back in the tube?
No, that's what happened when I got the checks.
Otherwise, why would you bring your mom into this?
I didn't want to. When I first told her on the phone and asked her to write the checks, I told her, I said, just it's a long story, I'd brush it off, and she didn't press anything, but I think she was out somewhere. It wasn't until when I picked up the checks that she started pressuring me and saying, this makes no sense, why are you doing this, you're not dating Katie, and that's when she found out.
But your mom is the most high-strung out of the whole group, right? And she's old and she worries,
She's old.
right?
I don't think she's super high strung, but she does worry about her
You
kids.
don't?
No.
George is blown
You've never met
away.
her.
Well, you said
Really?
she was, quote,
Well, we've all
notorious for
seen
making a big
that's
deal out of
a
everything.
lie.
I mean, she overreacts, but she's a mom. I think a lot of moms overreact.
Okay. You could have told her, Katie's down on her luck and I'm just going to be putting her on the payroll. I mean, you were making enough money, you could tell her to just write checks, couldn't you? Why'd you have to tell her it was an extortion from Latin King gang members?
Well, okay, at that time I didn't know anything about the Latin Kings, but when I told her what happened, I was thinking that it actually would be good if someone knows what happened in case I get killed. They at least know what direction to start looking in. So until that point, nobody even knew. So when she started questioning me, I just said, you know what, I'm going to tell you, but don't say a thing to Dad. Don't say a thing to Wendy. You got to promise me. I didn't want her to ever talk about this again.
Yeah,
and that was the day that she found out. It was when I got the checks.
What she doesn't say on the wire is, it's happening again. I was approached by another extortionist today. Does she say that?
No, she's talking very carefully.
And you say carefully, but isn't carefully the same thing as code?
No, they're two totally separate things. Do you know the difference?
You weren't really giving her money for a TV, were you?
Giving her money for a TV.
This TV is probably going to be about $5. I
Okay.
need you to bring cash tonight.
I wish.
Look at
she
the way
picked
his
another
face
object
got
on
just
planet-
now, dude. Look at his face and my balls. Like the mask, he can't keep his mask on. Like he always goes back to this weird childish, I'm gonna get away with this, right? Like you can see that he thinks he's gonna get away with this in his face. Wow, like he's terrible at this, is what he is. Like it's
Earth
wild.
other than TV. But TV is code for absolutely nothing. There is no code in this case involving TV, and you keep circling and circling and circling TV, you're wrong.
Is it a coincidence that the repair of the TV that you bought Wendy as a divorce gift because it was cheaper than hiring a hitman is your sister's alibi for the murder, and then your mom brings up TV first call on the wire?
It's not an alibi for a murder. She had a broken TV. You got to ask Lincoln who threw the remote at the TV.
Was it a coincidence? Is the TV thing a coincidence? That's what I hear you say.
Oh, that the repairman was there that day?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that is a coincidence for sure. There's a
And
couple
all
of
the-
coincidences in this case.
I'm sorry, I cut you off.
I said
What's up, Teresa? Welcome in.
there's a couple of coincidences in this case. I mean, she had people send her an email to go buy a bottle of Bullet Bourbon for their stock the bar party, and she was driving to a liquor store to buy a bottle of Bullet Bourbon on that day at that time, and her friend sent the email, and you have the email in evidence. Like, is that a coincidence? Yeah, coincidences happen.
And the you might not be the right Katie talk, that doesn't seem to really fit with your theory of the case, does it? What was your explanation for that? Why you kept saying you might not be the right Katie? I mean, she's definitely the right Katie, right?
Absolutely. She knew it was. I was implying it was her. I was just trying to say I'm not setting you up, but I need your help.
On call B, you call your mom back and you say, you probe her a little bit, and ultimately you say, you think someone's trying to blackmail you? That's crazy.
Charlie.
Why does it sound like this is something that's
say that to
new
my
and
Charlie
unfathomable to you
Okay.
at that moment?
Well,
Charlie
because I wasn't even following what my mom was talking about on the first call. And on the second call, when she shocked me when she said that. And I'd been extorted before, and her saying to bring cash, everything just didn't sound right.
Could we play clip 4, please? This is from Dolce.
Sorry, from what?
Clip 4 from Dolce.
Okay.
From Carolina?
Even if they had any evidence the first words out of your mouth on this clip.
I'd be like,
Even
I didn't
if
hear
they
that.
had any
I didn't hear
evidence.
shit.
No. Strike. The quote is, if they had any evidence, we'd have already gone to the airport. And I know you already testified about this,
Do you remember him saying that?
but does an innocent person say, if they had any evidence?
Right. Katie's saying it's the police, and I'm saying that we're innocent. They're not going to have any evidence to show we were part of something that we were part of. If we had any part of this, we'd be going to the airport right now. And I still say
Isn't
the
it
same
true,
thing.
Doctor, that they're not going to have any evidence because you were careful?
No, because we weren't a part of this.
You were smart.
No, we weren't a part of this.
You walled yourself off
I
from the
was sure they're
killers.
not going to have evidence to show I did something I didn't do. So we're not running to the airport.
And you're untouchable, right?
No, we didn't do a murder. I wasn't part of a murder. There's no reason to run to the airport.
In the next clip, you're discussing what's going to happen if this person that did the bump goes to the police. And you're going through all these scenarios, these possibilities.
Wait, if he goes to the police?
Yeah, the blackmailer goes to the police. They're going to say, where's the weapon? He's not going to know. He's just going to have hearsay, basically. Someone told me they did it. It's not going to be enough to get the investigation anywhere. Why are you thinking through the possibility of the blackmailer going to the cops if the blackmailer doesn't have any dirt on you to take to the cops?
I wasn't thinking about the blackmailer. What I was trying to say is I don't know anything about Sigfredo. I don't know anything about this crime. I was trying to tell her that I'm harmless. I don't have any knowledge of what went on.
What's up, Sammy?
Like, the last thing I wanted is that now that she's saying it's the police, is someone to come and kill me and think I'm some kind of loose end. So
But
that's
that-
why I'm saying that.
But that's not what you're saying. You're saying if this is a person that Luis Rivera ran his mouth to, and they go to the police, it's going to be worth zero. Because they're not going to know anything other than, hey, my brother told me this.
I don't know if I was saying someone who knows Luis Rivera. I was trying to make a point that I don't know anything.
And then you suggest what they would have to do is get him to wear a wire and get the person to confess. And that's probably what this could be, an effort to do, right?
Well, they're thinking that we were part of a murder. So this was the same thing I said before, is that this is their theory. So this is a police tactic, and it could be either a bad guy or the police. And this is how they're pursuing it.
Exactly. So as long as you keep your mouth shut, you can get away with murder, right?
No, not at all.
Isn't that
We
what you
didn't- we
told
didn't do a
Ryan
murder.
Fitzpatrick?
No, Ryan Fitzpatrick is someone who stole over $500,000 from
That's
me.
not my question,
He
sir.
got so
Did
mad
you
with
say
that
to
guy's
Ryan
name, bro. I was
Fitzpatrick?
like,
Never.
that
Never at all.
motherfucker.
Why do you go
He's ready
into
to go.
so much detail about rental car examples? Let's start with, strike that. Can you agree that the Prius, you knew that the police were looking for a Prius at the time you met at this Dolce Vita restaurant?
I think it had been released at that time.
All right, and you heard the recording. You're arguing. Let's play the clip. This is going to be
Let's
clip.
play the clip.
I think let's play 7 and 8, please. Dolce.
These are so hard to hear.
Because the fact is like, even if, let's say, you just have my car, and then I go ahead and I go, when you're dating in the car, I go, yeah, she was in my car, and she got out, and she did this horrible crime. Okay, they come and they get the DNA in the car, they go, no, she was in my car. He sat in the car for 2 minutes, got the AC, and they got out of the car. He has nothing to do with you. Outside of that, you know, if you have a car and you have like this person renting that car, okay. But you have to prove that they were also driving that day and rented it and rented to a friend. What if you rented a car and hey, hey, can I borrow for the weekend? I'll bring it back on Tuesday. You go, yeah, sure. So you rented a car. You've been in that car. I drive into fucking Orlando. I robbed the house in Orlando. I come back and I go, and you go, okay, thanks. Instead of you rented it, but what if you were fucking out all weekend and didn't even know I took your car? I did something and I brought that. Okay? My point is, I don't have any knowledge. Evidently, this person is pretending to us. I don't want
Like
sounds
she
like
was
you're
waiting for a round of
saying,
applause.
even if they track down the Prius, even if there's DNA or fingerprints in the Prius, meaning like they can link someone to the Prius, that's not going to be enough evidence to make any arrests in this case. Is that what you're saying?
No, not at all. What I'm doing is I'm
You've
restating.
answered my question.
Can I give you an
On redirect, you'll have an opportunity.
Look,
My question was.
One moment.
My question
We're not
was-
just wildly arguing. Mr. Adelson, please answer the question.
okay.
I
Please
can
allow,
just ask you a yes or no question.
please allow me
and
to
you're-
answer your question.
Okay.
Can I?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Okay, sure.
So how?
What I was saying to Katie.
Judge actually
is
said that. Let's
the
all just
information-
calm down. Jordan tried to bring it back, and Charlie said no. And Charlie's going to get to answer the question with a bunch of bullshit, probably.
She just told
And all
me
the time
to
he's just
talk
like, what am I going to say?
about Sigfredo not being there when the crime was committed. She told me that Sigfredo was high on drugs at the hotel, and that Luis had rented a car, and that he's the one who killed Dan. And I'm restating to her that I don't have any knowledge of what went on, and that all I know is that Sigfredo wasn't even there when this happened. So that's what I'm restating to her.
That Sigfredo can't be caught even if he's connected to the crime, to the car.
I know that Sigfredo wasn't the one who killed Dan.
Okay. Wouldn't it be good for you, because you know now that Sigfredo is the extortionist, right? She just told you that in the car?
Sigfredo, yeah.
Okay. And wouldn't it be good for you if the police investigation into the Prius led to the arrest of the killers / extortionists?
If they arrested the people that killed Dan,
Yeah.
I know the extortion would stop. As long as I kept my mouth shut, I'd be safe.
Right. So why are you trying to argue to her that like the car is not going to lead anywhere? They're not going to be able to do anything with the car.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that I know that Sigfredo wasn't the one who killed him.
Did you say on this recording if they're a bad guy, there's two ways of dealing with it? Go ahead and contact the police. They'll contact him, the blackmailer, and arrange a setup. Take him down and he'll proffer 10 years and now tell us everything you know or else you're going to serve 10 years in prison. Next thing you know, this person is singing. He's calling out your name. My parents are going to have to tell the story of what happened. Singing about what? About the extortion?
No, I think you're reading it wrong. I know the audible is bad.
What would
Are those the words?
Yes, sir. What would the extortionist, and now I'm referring to the one that contacted your mother.
The Latin King extortion.
Well, they're both Latin
Yeah.
kings, right?
The second extortion.
What would they have to sing about?
The second extortion would be singing and talking about the first extortion, where they learned their information from.
Who cares? That doesn't have anything to do with you.
Well, when they catch the first extortion, Katie's tied to them and I'm tied to Katie. They're going to come talk to us, and we're going to be in danger when we tell them what happened. So I was saying if they catch the second, they're going to turn in on the first, and that's the same thing I said yesterday.
You gave very precise instructions to Catherine McBanoa on what she was to say when she calls the phone number, right?
Yeah,
you do that?
Absolutely.
And then you say, quote, "You'd better kill him because he's going to be a big problem. And he knows who you are. If he can't do it, I'll have someone else do it." Aren't you telling her that if Garcia can't handle this problem and kill whoever's behind this, you will have someone else do it?
You're reading it totally wrong.
It's a yes or no question, sir.
No, you're wrong.
When Dan Markel's murder was taking too long to happen, didn't you tell Catherine McBanoa that if she couldn't get it done, you would find someone else to do it?
No, I've never said that either.
And then you said in the recording, I'm Dr. Dolce now, yeah, and guess what? When the effing police show up and there's a doctor, there's an oral surgeon standing there with a dead gang member in his effing driveway, they're not going to come down too hard on me. So, you knew you'd be believed if you went to the police, right?
I didn't know I'd be believed, but I feared for my life.
And then you say, so help me God, if they fuck with my family, it's going to be fucking Nazi shit. Because this will be done. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Katie, I don't care what I spend, okay? I swear to God. What is Nazi shit?
That's an expression that Katie
what?
would use to describe someone that's going crazy. 'Cause I think the Nazis were absolutely crazy people. So I'm saying I'm going to get somebody to go crazy on the guy that's trying to extort my mom for money. I'll pay someone to
What
go
exactly
threaten him
is
and to scare him.
Nazi?
I was not
Nazis-
talking about killing anybody.
Well, you say the word kill. Yes?
No. Oh, when you're putting the
You
words
mean
in my
literally?
mouth,
Actually? Well, yeah, but
we can
No,
do that
sir.
sentence.
Do you say the word kill?
I'm talking about if Sigfredo's coming after you, he's such a dangerous guy, you'd have to kill him to stop him. That's the only thing you could do. Not talking about killing the extorter. I'm talking second extortion.
Okay.
I'm saying that if Sigfredo's coming after you, the only thing that you could do is you'd have to kill him to stop him. I'm not talking about killing anybody. I'm talking about that's the only way that you could stop Sigfredo from coming after you is you would have to kill him. And that's exactly what I said there. You're wrong. That's exactly what I said.
All right, thank you. Nazis kill, right? Isn't that like their primary objective?
maybe calm down on that word. It's definitely gonna. You're just gonna be like, what's going on in here?
No, I think Nazis are insane, crazy people.
That exterminate, right?
That kill, yes, but they're
This-
crazy. That was an
They're
expression
crazy.
she would use, and that's when I used it to her. But basically saying I'm gonna have
This is a
someone
rough
go
one.
crazy on this guy. I could have used the word crazy. I thought it was interchangeable.
Isn't what you're doing here in this portion of
Could
the
have
tape
definitely not
feeling
said
her
that.
out to make sure Garcia doesn't have any bad feelings toward you?
When I said it, yeah, I thought he could have been behind the second extortion. I think I've said that before.
And you go into like how your relationships didn't overlap, you never disrespected him, and you mentioned that you don't think that they, I assume you mean these other people, associates that have contacted your mom, would want to mess with his connections, right? Remember?
Look, you're talking about the copycat extortion.
Right. And then you ask if he's too far removed, or can he still make a call? Are you referring to Garcia in that?
Yeah, exactly.
So can Garcia make a call to try to figure out who this is?
Garcia helped stop the second extortion. Someone's doing a piggyback extortion on the first. That's exactly what I said.
On the topic of conversation for Captain Magbanua, don't you say I look for things to do? I show you, that's the difference. You don't ask me for shit. You said all those things, right?
Absolutely, because that's proven what I've been saying all along is that I didn't think she was part of this, so I was doing things to keep her happy from time to time. Ethan's birthday I brought up there. I gave her $300. I helped her out with the car when her car was broken. For sure.
And then you say, listen, you giving somebody money is not an admission of any kind of guilt. Would paying the money have made her look guilty?
That's what she was saying to me. She said it's the police. And you can't pay the police. They're going to think you were part of a murder and they're going to arrest you.
But if it was an extortionist, it could have created a monster, right?
What's up, baby?
And if you don't pay the extortionist, you could get killed.
So when
Or you
these
could keep getting
guys...
extorted.
I love the Three
I
I said if
Stooges.
you don't pay the extortionist, you could get killed, or you could keep getting extorted.
But your main concern was that if we pay, this guy will think I'm an ATM machine, right? He'll keep coming back again and again and again. Don't you articulate that to Catherine Magbanua?
If it was an extorter, that was one of the concerns. And the other concern was not paying him and getting killed.
But what you say is, well, I don't remember the quote exactly. The main concern, what I'm most worried about, is that they're going to keep coming back for more, right?
I don't remember using the word the main concern.
But what you don't say in here is like what you or your homies have been doing to me for 2 years.
Of course not. I don't want her to think I'm setting her up.
Cold. My extremities are cold.
Why are you explaining
basement. I
extortion
hate the
and
weather
how
changing.
extortion works to Catherine Magbanua?
In there?
Yeah.
Because I know.
But she knows too, doesn't she?
So I repeat myself. I do that.
You also explain it to your mother how extortion works, and has known about it for 2 years too, right?
From what I told her, yeah. I'm reminding her.
Then you say, if someone's messing with you, they're messing with me. And if someone's messing with me, they're messing with you. It's one and the same, right?
Yes, I said that.
You're in this together, right?
We're both innocent.
Odd. Okay.
You were very obviously relieved on the wire when you came to the conclusion that this was law
It's like,
enforcement.
as long as words come out of my
Would you
mouth,
agree with that?
we're
Very
good.
relieved, yeah.
All right. And at
got
that
these
same
people.
time that on the
Pull
wire you're
in.
expressing relief, or I should say, shortly after all the relief expressed on the wire, we've got the arrest of Catherine McBannon, right?
No.
No. Okay. Would you agree that it goes relief on the wire, then arrest of Catherine McBannon?
Do you want to give me dates? Because Kathy was arrested 6 months later.
Okay.
The wire
Can we
was in
agree
April,
that
she was
you were
arrested in
very
October.
relieved on the wire, and that 6 months later, Catherine McBannon was arrested?
She was arrested 6 months later, correct?
Yeah,
And
Better start
6
using my
months
heat.
later, after you were
Not happy
completely
about that.
relieved on the wire, you begin to exhibit these extreme behavior changes that we've heard about. And what is your explanation for that?
Because I thought I'd be falsely arrested.
He said earlier there's more than one coincidence. There's just too much. Too much, bro.
Did you encourage Catherine McBannon to reconcile with Garcia? That's a yes or no.
Yes, for sure I did.
Was that a good decision for her or a good decision for you?
Neither.
You've heard your lawyer say that you talk a lot. Do you agree with that?
Yes, I did.
And you talk a lot on the wire, right?
Yes, I did.
Do you agree you're not a direct person?
My direct person?
There's a lot of circular talking on the wire.
I mean, however you want to describe my mannerisms of talking, you're welcome to describe them.
I'll do that in closing. What I'm asking is, do you agree that you are like that?
I think at times I'm direct, for sure.
Do you have a way of saying things without really saying it?
No, I think I'm pretty direct with things.
Do you think you can talk your way out of this?
No, I don't. I'm not part of a murder.
Who are they going to believe, right? An oral surgeon or a gangster?
That's extorting me in my driveway and coming and threatening me?
You're untouchable, right?
No, I'm not part of this murder.
There was a lot of talk about going to the police on the wire, which I think we've well established did not happen. But you've always gone to the police before, right?
I've had other things that I've gone to the police for, yeah.
You've gone to the police in reference to something to do with your child's mother? Yes or no?
Yes.
You've gone to the police when you were threatened to be blackmailed over something with a woman back in 2015. Remember that?
No, I didn't go to the police.
Did you send a letter from your lawyer indicating that describing her actions as an attempted shakedown and indicating that not only will Dr. Adelson never pay a settlement, he will undoubtedly prevail and seek attorney's fees against your client?
Right, that's a civil complaint, and somebody was making an unfounded civil complaint and threatening filing a lawsuit, and an attorney handled the civil complaint. The police were never notified, but it was a civil suit.
It was somebody trying to shake you down for money.
It was a unfounded claim from a civil suit to me and another dentist that it was involving.
It was a claim that potentially had criminal implications as well, wasn't it, Doctor?
For me?
Yes.
No. There was never a police investigation with that.
In 2018, did you report an aggravated assault where a vehicle was driving aggressively and narrowly avoided striking you?
I had a reporter almost kill my 10-week-old puppy dog that I was walking because I was going for a walk in the morning and he was stalking outside my house.
In 2018, did you report an aggravated assault where a vehicle was driving aggressively and narrowly avoided striking you?
It was more than what sent my dog to, but yeah.
Do your nephews deserve to know the whole truth about who killed their father?
Yeah, now they do.
Do Danny's parents deserve to know what happened to their son?
Absolutely.
And you say you knew. I mean, you now say you knew a big piece of what happened, right?
Yes.
Do you feel bad about not volunteering that to Danny's parents?
I feel a sense of relief that now I was able to tell everybody what finally happened.
Yesterday. Almost 10 years later, right?
Yeah.
And that's because you didn't just know a big piece of it. You were a big piece of it, weren't you, Doctor?
I was extorted and I knew a lot, yeah.
One moment, please, Your Honor.
Before we redirect, do any of the members of the jury need to take a break before we continue with the examinations?
Trying to get my
The
Bundy
bailiff
notes
will
ready.
escort you back to the jury room. We'll have a brief 10-minute break before we have a redirect.
Still got a minute left.
Members of the jury, I was informed by an unnamed source that some baked goods have made their way into
Baked
the
goods?
jury room.
Son of a bitch.
If there is a red velvet cake and no one brought enough to share, contempt powers will be exercised. Mr. Rauschbaum, you may redirect
What's up,
your
Tina?
call.
Thank you.
Oh my god, redirect. Jesus, mother of God. Puzzle pieces in the chat for Rash. Prison Charlie
Remember
Pigs.
when Miss Kappelman
For
asked
Charles.
you about that text on August 25th, 2014, when Katie said to lose her number? Do you remember those questions?
Yeah.
Isn't it true that within 12 hours of that text, you're offering her help on her car with an individual named Sully?
Yes, I remember that.
Why are you offering her that help just within hours after that text?
Because I wanted to keep Katie happy, and she was getting mad at me, and I needed her protection. I didn't want her to stop protecting me.
Now, there was a lot of questions about timing, and I want to make sure that everyone has this clear, because it's really important. In 2014, did you think Catherine Magbanua was extorting you?
No, not at all.
There we go. There we go.
Now, after she went to trial and testified, and after you saw the evidence of the money that was in her accounts, did you know that you were wrong and in fact she was the person who was extorting you, either with
20
Sigfredo
months,
or without him?
Jen. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
and that wasn't until 2019, 5 years later.
Amazing. 20 months. Almost 2 years. We've known each other.
So when Ms. Kappelman shows you all of those text messages and emails in 2014 that seemed friendly, at that point, and in 2016 that seemed friendly, and all the gifts, at that point in time, what did you think she was?
I thought she was protecting me, and she got dragged into this the way I did.
Now, do you remember when Ms. Kappelman showed you that indictment,
Yes.
and it had your name on it and Catherine Magbanua's name on it as co-conspirators?
Yeah.
Do you remember when she directly asked your sister in this courtroom if she participated in a birthday gift for your dad of the murder of Professor Markel?
I remember her asking that.
So her name's not in that indictment, but were you in this courtroom when the first thing in opening the state put on the board was a picture of all of you, because their theory is that all of you participated in this murder, right?
Yeah, they said me, my mom, my dad, my sister.
And their theory is wrong about your sister, correct?
100%.
Just like it's wrong about you.
100%.
Now, Ms. Kappelman,
Boom. $2 holla from Jen. She loves it when I sing. That's awesome. Every once in a while, I'll bust out in a song. You never know. You never know when I may bust out a little tone. A little diggity. Huh? No diggity. Like to bang it up. Back it up.
asked you about
Old
you
school,
paying
baby.
overtime as opposed to just paying the money all up front. Why did you pay overtime?
The reason I didn't pay it all off is because it became like a life
All
insurance
genres.
policy, and I felt like
never
every
know.
month when I paid, I felt like they weren't going to kill me, because if they killed me, they wouldn't get the money next month.
Ms. Kappelman asked you, does it make sense? Why wouldn't they just rob you? Remember she asked you that question?
Yeah.
Were you in the courtroom? Do you recall when you were in the courtroom? Do you recall Luis Rivera saying he just wanted to rob the lady? Do you recall that?
Yes.
And do you recall he said that Sigfredo Garcia told him that Katie told him, we can't just rob the lady. We have to do a murder.
Yes.
Now you don't know, you were told in the car that Luis Rivera was the killer. You've learned since that Sigfredo Garcia was the shooter, right?
I learned that he was convicted of shooting Dan. But in 2016, when I was sitting in the car, Katie was telling me that he went up in the rental car and that he was high on drugs, and that it was Luis Rivera, the head of the Latin Kings, that killed Dan.
She was protecting her husband.
Yeah, that's what she was telling me. At the time, I thought she wasn't a part of it, and she was telling me the truth.
Now, Ms. Kappelman asked you about other times that you have called the police since this case began. Well, not since this case began, but since the events of this case. She asked you about a photographer in a car. She asked you about
I like the way you work.
a woman who's the child of the mother of your child when you called the police.
I like the way you
In either of those circumstances, was someone threatening your life?
No, not at all.
In either of those circumstances, was someone threatening your family's life?
Not at all.
In either of those circumstances, had within hours before someone been shot in broad daylight in their driveway?
No, not at all.
By the way, you're heard on the wire about, at some point, your jet ski getting stolen, right?
Yes.
And do you recall what you say on the wire about your jet ski getting stolen?
I said I don't even want to catch the people.
Well, I'll ask it a different way. When your jet ski was stolen, did you call the police?
Objection, relevance.
And
May we go sidebar, Judge?
approach. We continue with your examination.
Recall your jet ski getting stolen?
Yes.
Did you call the police when your jet ski got stolen?
No.
Why not?
Because I didn't want the people who knew where I lived to come back if I put them in prison.
This was like
Now,
5 hours. No,
Ms.
this was like
Kappelman
7
asked
hours.
you
or
several
something.
questions
Oh,
about
good
why
God.
now are you telling what really
2
happened.
minutes left.
Tell the jury why you're now telling what happened.
If I don't tell everyone what happened now, I'm going to spend the rest of my life in prison for something I didn't do.
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Step down, Mr. Adelson.
That's it.
The attorney is going to approach again on a brief matter.
Another approachal.
All right, members of the
God, he
jury,
looks worried as fuck.
I have news that's going
What's
to
up,
make
Amanda?
me terribly sad. Well, before I give that, Mr. Rauschbaum, do you have any other witnesses you intend to call?
No, Judge, we rest.
Is the state
We're getting
plans
close to the
to call a
end.
rebuttal case at this time?
No, Your Honor.
With both parties having rested their cases, I am going to release you for the afternoon to return on Monday. I know, shocked faces. With that, once
Judge
again,
rules.
I'm going to give you the same instruction. Do not discuss the case with each other or anyone else. Do not watch any news coverage. do not find out any information concerning this matter. Again, this is going to be extremely important in reaching the end of this case. This instruction is being given to you for a very specific reason of not causing a mistrial by taking in information that did not take place in this courtroom. I know everyone before has agreed to abide by this and also related that you understood this instruction, but the reason I keep repeating it is because it's that important. Have a good weekend. We will see you Monday morning for closing arguments. Please report at 8:30.
I'm interested. You see him nodding. He's like, I want to see how many videos are left. Number 27. Okay, so the closing arguments, looks like both of them are 3.5 hours. So it looks like that'll be a murder charge. And then we have verdict and sentencing, which is 30. So we may finish out Sunday, actually, and be already up for a brand new trial. Whew. Feels weird to say that. I mean, we just finished Phil Spector, I feel like. We've been on this one for, what? Has it been 2 months? I don't even know. When did Donna's start? Started the same week as hers, but boom, BG knows what's up. We're going to book club. We're about done. Oh my God, we're finishing all kinds of things. We're about to finish this trial. We're about to finish The Stranger Beside Me, the and rule book. So we're going to need a new book. We're going to need a new trial. And then Thursdays, again, my favorite shows now. I love Feral Friday. Feral Friday will always have a special place in my heart because Feral Friday is truly what Publicly Buzzed is and was always supposed to be. Making fun of movies, watching movies, having a good time. But Thursdays have become my new favorite night. Holy shit. Reaction to body cams. Can't get enough of it. Every week we find some wild ass body cams. So if you haven't come in for one of those, please do so this week. I think you'll have a good time. I can't promise it. You know what? I can. If you come in and you give it a real shot, I promise you'll have a good time. But we are going to go to book club. Again, the only way to get in the book club. And hey, new books coming up. Become a member here. If you do become a member here at Publicly Buzzed, that's one of the perks that you do get, is to be an official member of book club and hang out with us on Tuesday nights. And I need to find a new book. I think we'll talk about that next week. Yeah, Thursdays are fun. Thursdays are so fun. And there's still 2 Shakira videos that I need to watch. That may be this Thursday. Actually. It took so long. Who was it? Somebody came through here and said they went from like 68 to 70 during that trial. Oh, craziness. All right. Thanks, everyone, for hanging out tonight, though. Come to book club right now. We're going to book club. Or I'll see you Thursday. Let's go.
This person